know that the average closing ratio, the average times that somebody actually signs a contract, a seller signs a contract with somebody on an appointment is only 10 to 20%? Did you know that my company, it is 80%? I'm gonna show you the 4 reasons why I more than quadruple the success rate when it comes to getting a contract signed. Check this out.
Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire.
I can't believe his business is so incredible, and if I can do this, every single one of you can do this. Every single one of you.
Something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire.
Everybody, it is Brent Daniels, and here is the top 4 things that I want you to pay attention to, the top 4 things that I want you to do, the top 4 instructions that you need to do before you go on an appointment with the actual seller. This is absolutely critical because I want you to be armed with as many tools as possible so that you are more likely to get the contract signed. I don't want you to just be like, oh, I just talked to this homeowner, they said they want to sell, and run out there like a rookie and then they don't sign a contract, okay? So there's 4 main things. We talk about it all the time. Number 1 is the top one. Number 1 is you have to pre-qualify these leads 100%, okay? Remember, we pre-qualify our leads based on the condition of the property, their timeline to sell, their motivation to sell, and their price. Okay, this is absolutely critical. I beat you guys over the head on this channel about pre-qualifying because it's absolutely critical. It is something that my acquisition managers do on every single lead that we have. That's why our success rate is through the roof. That's the first thing, is make sure that you pre-qualify. Some of those questions that you're asking about the condition, how much what remodeling have you done to the kitchen and bathrooms in the last 5 years? How's the roof? How's the AC, electrical, plumbing? You know, asking how's the foundation, how's the basement? All these different questions are going to help you determine if this is a deal or no deal before you go out on that appointment. But also, when you start asking those questions, it's going to start to, you're going to start to get a sense. You should, because you're having so many conversations with distressed property owners, you should be starting to get this sense, this feeling in your gut, if this is a good deal or not. Okay, so make sure that you're going through condition, timeline. When do you want your money? When would you like this property to close? You know, ideally, when would you like to be absolutely done with this property? What time? You know, break it down to the timeline, the motivation. Why are you thinking about selling? If you were to sell this home, where would you move to next? These are some great questions. And then obviously, what do you want for the property? How much would you take for the property? What do you think the property's worth? You know, all these different questions to pull those pre-qualifying, the pillars of pre-qualifying out. Next, the next thing that they're gonna wanna know, they're gonna wanna know 3 things. They're gonna want to know what the price that you're gonna give them is, right? They're gonna wanna know this on that, when you're on that appointment. So you need to start dropping hints or either telling them or getting close to the price if they're not letting you know on the price. Just to let you know, homeowner, we're buying property similar to yours in the area, in the same condition, for about $180,000, okay? I don't know what we can offer on yours, but I'm just saying that's kind of the ballpark that we're at, right? We're setting some expectations. We're trying to pull out and see what they're looking for. So these are the questions that are going to be going on their mind when you're walking through the houses. What is the actual price that they're going to give me? Because they think that when you're walking into their house and you see all this stuff, that you're going to be slashing the price. So they're a little bit anxious. They're a little bit apprehensive. They're really not answering a lot of your questions sometimes because they're worried that the more they talk, the less they're going to make, right? They're going to wonder what's the cost that it's going to be to sell. Some of them think that they still have to pay a real estate agent, or some people think that they have to pay title and escrow, or some people don't know if they have to pay their property taxes. So these are all, the reason I'm giving you these is if you've never been, or if you haven't been on a lot of appointments, these 3 questions are what is going on in the seller's mind. How much am I going to get for it? What are the costs that are going to be to sell? And the third one is, what is the process from now? What happens if I sign this contract? What happens now? Right? So have answers to all of those so that you are the pro when you're on this appointment. Because if you're fumbling around, that's okay. It's okay to not know all the right answers, but I'm giving you some tools here to equip you to answer the questions that the sellers are going to have, so that you have the confidence going in knowing they want to know what price I'm going to give them, they want to know what the costs and fees are going to be, and they want to know what the process is going to be. So because of those three things, you have the price in mind. You've already put that together before you go out there, right? Watch some of the videos that we've made. Second, the only cost to them are any liens that they have in the property and the property taxes. You take care of the title and escrow fees. There's no real estate commissions typically unless they want to pay for them, right? These are simple answers. And the process is, once we sign this contract, I'm going to turn it into the title company or closing attorney. They're going to start working on the title. I'm going to do an inspection of the property within the next 10 days. I'm going to set it up on a specific day and time so that I'm not bugging you all the time. I'm going to have a ton of people come through. After that, if everything passes the inspections, we're going to close. Okay, and whatever, and then you can set up if they need time to move, if they need time to maybe evict some tenants, if all these things determine when it actually closes, but they want to know the process. Basically, you want to just pull all of their fears, all of their worries about this, and just say, listen, I will help you take care of this. We're going to make this as smooth for you as possible. Because remember, they're trading equity for speed and convenience. Got it? Okay, number 3. Oh, I love this one. And this is one that people make the mistake of all the time, and it's so bananas. Bring a filled out contract. Bring a filled out contract. Have it ready. Have their name, have their address, have their tax ID, have their legal description, have it all filled out. So all you have to do is put in the price, and you put in the closing date, and you sign, and they sign right there. Don't go back to the car. Don't go back to your office. Don't say you're going to send it in an email. Don't say you're going to come back tomorrow. Like, do it right now. Have them sign right now. If you've pre-qualified them, they should be ready to sell, because one of the things that we do in pre-qualifying is we set advanced agreements, right? If what I say, Mr. Seller, if what I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident and to move forward with us and the purchase of the property, is there anything stopping you from signing the paperwork? Right? That's the question that you ask. And if they say yes, because of this and this and this, you already know the objections. You've already pulled it out of them. But if they say no, then they're ready to go and you get that contract signed. Now, do not forget the contract, okay? The 4th one, and this is really important and nobody really thinks about it. Show up. Show up. Show up mentally, okay? Show up. Don't look sloppy. Don't just show up like you rolled out of bed and you look terrible and there's not a way in hell that you can purchase this property, right? Show up as a professional. Show up with a great tone in your voice. Show up with a smile. Show up like you want to work with this person and help solve their problems. Show up early. Get there early, drive the neighborhood, get some more deals in your Deal Machine app, right? Start listening to something good, get in the right mindset, right? Show up early so that you can prepare yourself to go in there and get the contract signed. It is so critical. These are just little tips, 4 tips. Pre-qualify, understand the questions going on in their head, get the get the contract signed because you actually have a filled out contract. And 4 is show up mentally, show up physically. Make sure that you're there, you're a professional, you do this all the time, and you get the deal done. Boom, that's it. That's the 4 steps, guys. That's the 4 instructions that you have before you go out on every single appointment. If you're ready to join the most proactive group in real estate investing, then go to wholesalinginc.com/TTP. Check out the page, check out what it's about, check out the testimonials. If you're ready, sign up for a call. It'll be the best 30-minute call ever. And if you do decide to join the program, you're going to join the TTP family and you're going to work with me personally. I truly look forward to that. Until next time, guys, love you. See ya.